Hello everyone, this is our first session and I'm going to tell you something about general pharmacological principle where we'll discuss about the introduction and roots of drug administration. First we'll see what is the introduction of the pharmacology. That means what actually the pharmacology is. Pharmacology is the science of drugs and medications. So here I have mentioned the definition of pharmacology. If you want, you can write it down, but I'm just going to describe it here. I'm not going to read the definition. So what actually the pharmacology is, it is the science of drugs and medications. That means how we are taking the drugs, about its composition, like for example, what is the quantity of the drug we are taking, how we are going to take it, like there are different forms of drugs, oral, syrup, and so many others, and what are the side effects of that drugs. So first I have mentioned all the definitions, whichever the terms I have used in the definitions, like therapeutic use, toxicology, and what actually the drug is. There are some of the students who don't know what the drug is. Drug is actually a chemical substance which is administered to the living organism so that we can get treated by the drug. Toxicology is something that the adverse effect or the side effects of the drug. And what is therapeutic use? It's the application of treatment or how the drug is going to affect your body. We'll go to the next slide. Here we discussed about pharmacodynamics and pharmacokinetics. Yeah, so here is the pharmacokinetics and pharmacodynamics. Pharmacodynamics is what the drug does to the body. First thing, dynamic comes from the Greek. That means power. That means how much power that drug contains. Like if you have a little pain or if you have a severe pain, the potency for the drugs should be different. That what we are going to study in this, what the drug does to the body and how it is going to impact on your body. The next is pharmacokinetics. Again, co-kinetics is a term which is taken from the Greek word movement. Like if we are taking the drug, it move from your mouth to your stomach and then it will go out of your body after showing its effect. That is what written here, what the body does to the drug. Like if we are taking the drug in a tablet form, it will go first in your mouth and through your esophagus, it will go into the stomach and to your blood or other tissues, and then it excrete out. So we are going to discuss about pharmacodynamics and co-kinetics. The next slide here, look, pharmacodynamics. Pharmacodynamics, look, the mechanism and effect of the medication. Like what medication do and how. Like if we are taking some painkiller, it should reduce your pain, or on other things like if you have some redness on your body and you have to treat that, and if you take the some painkiller, that will not reduce your redness, that only cure the pain. So the mechanism and effect of medications, what medications do and how. Okay, we'll go to the next slide. Here I have mentioned so many points related to pharmacodynamics. We'll discuss one by one. First things, what is pharmacodynamics? It is the study of physiological and biochemical effect of drugs and their mechanism of action at organ. For example, whenever we are taking some drug or some tablet, so how it is going to affect you physiologically and chemically. And The mechanism of action. Mechanism of action is like whenever we take the drug, it is not only going to the part of the body, it is going to the blood, veins, tissues and other cells that we have taken the drug. So it is the mechanism of action. Okay, we have to read mechanism of action in further lectures, like mechanism of action. Different drugs have different mechanism of action. Okay, the next is pharmacodynamics. Pharmacodynamics is the study of how a drug affects an organism, like if you are taking some drugs, how it is going to affect you. The next point is pharmacodynamics places particularly emphasis on dose response relationships. That means the relationships between drug concentration and effect. Okay, so the term here, dose response relationship, that what I have told you, that if you are taking any drug, that like you have to take some 500 mg, 100 mg, 50 mg according to the problem you have, you, and the age also it matters. Like if you have to give uh, crocin to a kid, and if you have to give the crocin to the adult person, so the dose of both the drugs should be different. It is not same for child or for the adult. And here we have to read the relationship between drugs. For example, sometimes what happen, at a time we take numbers of medicines. For example, some painkillers, some infection related drugs, or different kind of drugs. I can take example of malaria drug. You have to take that drug with the milk, because it only give a good effect with the milk. Yeah, and if you take it with water, it might not give the same impact like with milk. And but you cannot take the other drugs with milk, it have a adverse effect on your body. So the relationship between the drug concentration. Okay, I have mentioned the example also, like how pharmacodynamics work. One dominant example is drug receptor interaction as L plus R, reverse action LR. Here the L is ligand and R is a receptor. Ligand is the drug which you are taking and how it is going to bind with the receptor. For example, with the tissue, with the molecule, or with the cell. Like until and unless the drug don't bind with the receptor, it does not show its effect. So ligand means drug, how it is going to bind with the receptor. Okay. Okay, I think this will help you to make the note as well, pharmacodynamics. Next slide. Here I have mentioned the example also. One main example is adrenaline, and you can go through the example. Like adrenaline is going to interact with adrenoceptors. Adrenoceptors is actually a receptors, okay, and then it binds with G protein, and then this is actually the example of pharmacodynamics. Okay, we'll go to the next slide. Now it comes to pharmacokinetics. The main thing, like if we are first, actually, when we read about pharmacokinetics and pharmacodynamics, first process is pharmacokinetics, and the second one is pharmacodynamics. Like how first you take the drug, then it is going to impact your body, right? Pharmacokinetics is going to tell you about how and when and where the drug goes when you take inside. So here look, we inject the drug, we can take it orally, we can inject it like syrup, in a form of syrup. So when we take the drug, it will go and distribute in the body. First it will absorb in bloodstream and then it will distribute in the body. Then it will show you the metabolism. Metabolism is drug processing mainly by the liver. Usually whatever the drug we take is going to the liver, and from there it shows the impact on your body. For example, the painkiller for leg, for headache, for anything, and then it excrete out. Whatever drug we take, not necessary that all the drug goes into your stomach and dissolve there. Okay, that excrete out from the kidney, lungs, or biliary excretion. Okay, so if you go through this structure or this picture, you will understand the pharmacokinetics more easily. Okay, here also I have defined pharmacokinetics in so many points, so we'll go one by one. What is pharmacokinetics? First thing, this refers to the movement of the drug in and alteration of the drug by the body. Like whatever drug we are taking, how it is moving from mouth till the excretion part. Okay, so during the pharmacokinetics, like during the movement of the drug, there are so many processes which includes absorption, distribution, binding, localization, and storage is all same, biotransformation and excretion of the drug. Can you see here A, D? We can write here metabolism as well. It is as metabolism as well. Sorry. Okay, fine. Metabolism. These three processes you can call it as metabolism as well. So metabolism M and excretion. So we, of course, we have to learn these processes. So it's easy if we learn it as ADME. ADME means A for absorption, D for distribution, M for metabolism, and E for excretion. Uh, you can go for LADME, but that is in some cases only, not in all the cases. Liberation is the process of active ingredient separating from its pharmaceutical formulation. Whatever the pharmaceutical formulation we make, the only the active ingredients separates before absorption. So whenever this happen, we call it as liberation. Then absorption, then distribution, and metabolism and excretion. Sorry, I was wrong. Actually, the biotransformation is called as metabolism. It is also called as inactivation. So binding is another process and biotransformation is metabolism. Sorry for the misconception. Metabolism is the chemical reaction of the drug or irreversible breakdown into metabolites. Excretion is the removal of the substance and or metabolites from the body. Okay, and one more thing, if you want any notes you can ask me. Okay, here I have made a chart for the relationship between the pharmacokinetics and pharmacodynamics. I told you, like, first is the form pharmacokinetics, and the next one is pharmacodynamics. Look, pharmacodynamics. Pharmacokinetics is drug administration, and then it's absorption, and then is distribution, metabolism, and elimination. Distribution and metabolism is a reverse action. Okay, now it comes the pharmacodynamics, like how the drug is going to act on your body. Okay, like regulatory protein, the receptors have so many proteins where the drugs go and bind. Okay, and then it starts showing its action or its effect. Bind to the molecular target, mechanism of the drug action, and response to the drug. Okay, the binding of the drug to the molecular target is called as affinity. What it is? Affinity. And the next is response to the drug. Like how your body is responding towards the drug is efficacy. Okay. These two terms are so important.